It was April 1863. The world was still black and white, not because of a lack of color, but because of war. The American Civil War had turned fields into fire and families into ghosts. And in a small, dim studio in Washington, D.C., a man lifted a heavy wooden camera and whispered to himself, "If only they could see what I see." His name was Mathew Brady, and on that day, he didn't pick up a rifle. He picked up his camera. Before Mathew Brady, war was something most Americans only heard about. They read reports in newspapers. They listened to political speeches. They imagined tales of glory and heroism, but they never saw the unvarnished truth. Brady changed all of that. He and his small, dedicated team of photographers dragged their giant glass plate cameras onto active battlefields. They moved through mud, smoke, and blood. They had no armor. They sought no glory. They were armed only with courage and a sense of historic purpose. Think about this. At a time when a single photograph took a full minute or more to capture, Brady and his assistants would have to stand perfectly still while bullets whistled past them. They photographed the aftermath of the Battle of Antietam, a single, horrifying day that resulted in 23,000 casualties. When his photographs from that battle were first displayed in his New York gallery, people walked in expecting to see images of valor and triumph. Instead, they walked out in stunned, somber silence. The New York Times wrote an infamous review saying, "Mr. Brady has brought home to us the terrible reality of war, and we are forever changed." For the first time, the public wasn't just reading about war. They were looking it in the eye. Brady didn't just capture soldiers and battle scenes. He captured the deep, pervasive heartbreak of the conflict. He photographed letters lying on the dirt next to a fallen soldier, wedding rings on hands that would never hold a loved one again, and rows of worn-out shoes lined up neatly outside tents. He captured eyes that looked directly into his lens, and through it, directly into history. His work wasn't about creating beautiful images. It was about documenting a brutal, undeniable truth. For the very first time, Americans were forced to see what war truly cost. It wasn't just about land or political pride. It was about lives, human, fragile, irreplaceable lives. And then came the photograph that would echo through the ages. It was July 1863 at Gettysburg. 3 days of hell had just concluded when Brady's assistant, Alexander Gardner, returned from the field. He brought back a photograph that stopped even hardened generals in their tracks. It depicted a single young soldier lying in the grass, his rifle resting beside him, his face so peaceful it looked as if he were merely sleeping. No one knew his name. He was an anonymous casualty among thousands. But that image, later titled "The Home of a Rebel Sharpshooter," became the human face of the war's immense tragedy. That single photograph traveled across the country, appearing in newspapers, parlors, and hearts. People wept when they saw it. Mothers lit candles for this unknown son. And for the first time, people, in both the North and the South, saw the exact same truth, that loss looked the same, no matter which uniform you wore. That one photograph achieved something no political speech or military decree ever could. It reminded a deeply broken country that its pain was shared. Even President Abraham Lincoln, upon being shown Brady's collection of photographs, said softly, "Brady has done something more powerful than any army. He has brought the dead home to us." But while Mathew Brady gave the nation its conscience, the nation largely forgot to give him its thanks. After the war ended, his galleries, once crowded with curious and horrified onlookers, slowly emptied. People didn't want to remember the pain. They wanted to move on, to rebuild, to forget. Brady, who had invested his entire personal fortune into this monumental project, went bankrupt. His eyesight began to fail, and his priceless collection of glass plate negatives gathered dust in forgotten crates. When he died in 1896, he was buried quietly, his groundbreaking camera long gone, his name almost forgotten by the public he had so profoundly impacted. And yet, his photographs remained. They survived as silent witnesses, images captured forever on glass, still whispering their vital message across the decades. Look, this is what we were. This is what we learned. Today, historians argue that Mathew Brady's photographs helped save America not from the war itself, but from the danger of forgetting its lessons. His work forced a young, fractured country to confront its own reflection, to see that true unity could never be built on denial, but only on shared remembrance and empathy. And so, the man who could unsave himself from poverty and obscurity ultimately helped save the soul of a nation. Every time we see a powerful image of war, today a photojournalist's shot of a child in danger, a soldier braving the rain in a distant land, we are walking in Mathew Brady's footsteps. He was the one who taught the world that the truth, even when it is deeply painful, has the power to heal. He proved that sometimes the smallest, quietest sound, a simple camera click, can echo far louder and longer than cannon fire. So tonight, as you close your eyes, try to imagine that quiet studio in 1863. Picture the faint scent of developing chemicals, the gentle flicker of candlelight, and a determined man whispering to himself, "If they can only see what I see, maybe then they'll understand." And because of him, we still do. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories that history almost forgot.